Have you ever heard about university level courses in Taylor Swift before? I know that sounds crazy, right? But here is the real shock that our campuses are burning through millions in taxpayer dollars, not to educate, but to push political agendas and turn students into activists. I want you to watch this video and see it for yourself. A counter argument: if a professor is full tenure, you could hardly get fired. Yes, you're seeking funding, and the government has the big bucks, and mostly perhaps being funded by public funds. But if a full tenure professor could hardly get fired, why would a professor in that regard be afraid to speak up?
Because you want to work with people. I mean, first of all, we're humans. Humans want to be liked. That's one thing. And you want to have friends. You want to collaborate. You're right. Absolutely right. Once you're tenured, why bother? But at the end of the day, it's about reputation. There are more and more academics who believe that their job is to save the world from itself. They're advocates. They're not researchers, they're advocates. The other day, I actually got a phone call from a professor from the University of Toronto. She wanted help with surveys. We do a lot of surveys as a lab. We have partnerships with Angus Reid and Leger, and so we have some expertise in that area. So she was calling me to get some help, and her area is environmental science, and she wanted to understand why Canadians are flying all over the world. And clearly, she feels that people shouldn't be flying. She told me actually on the phone that she doesn't fly at all in protest because she believes that we shouldn't be flying and pollute. So it's her choice.
Good for her.
But good for her. But when we start to talk about her project, her intent was to actually do research to convince Canadians to stop flying. I mean, that's not her job. Her job is to understand maybe the impact of flying, maybe, and give that information to the Canadians. But it's not to influence and get, say, governments to implement policies and things like that. It's really up to Canadians to decide. I mean, I fly all the time. And when you go to airports, I can tell a lot of people are flying because it's their job. And that's what they do. And if you're in business, and I do business also, like I'm going to Brazil in next month, I can tell you, I don't think I could do what I'm supposed to do in Brazil from Halifax. I just can't do. I need to meet some people. I need to visit farms. I need to visit some companies there to understand exactly what they're going through, the challenges that they're going through. Like I said, campuses are filled with advocates, and I think we've lost the right to be arbitrators of truth. I think we lost that license a while ago. A lot of Canadians know that, and you've recognized that yourself.
Yeah, I think the university campuses should be the arbitrators of truth and kind of the intellectual conscience to governments. Because otherwise, we all become ideologically possessed and charged by government rhetoric. But academia should be the conscience when it comes to government policies. But I think it has failed woefully with respect to that.
I'll give you an example of what's happening on campus. I'm being completely honest here. So I'm part of two major grants.
Let me steal a second here, because that's exactly the reason why I'm heading to the Marketplace of Ideas conference, where academic thinkers and industry leaders will be challenging those broken models of higher education. So, if you're passionate about educational reform, or you're just tired of your tax dollars funding this kind of nonsense, I want you to join me there. I will also be bringing a lot of exclusive conversations from that event right here on the channel. Please subscribe to stay informed.
Multi-million dollar grants as a co-PI. So one is about entrepreneurship, and that's going well. But there's also an element of diversity and helping Indigenous communities. For about 2 hours, we debated whether or not we should actually pay people to go to seminars so they can learn about entrepreneurship. This is where I'm incredibly uncomfortable because we're seeing it's a $4 or $5 million project. We're going to be seeing taxpayers' money paying people to attend seminars so they can start a business. I don't know about you, but when you think about entrepreneurship, the last thing you want to do is pay entrepreneurs because their job is to generate growth. But now we're at a point where it's absolutely acceptable, socially acceptable, to actually pay people to attend seminars, to learn how to start a business, instead of getting them to pay and value the information that they're given by entrepreneurs and other things. And also in another meeting, we actually spent 2 hours hours debating whether or not people should get a mandate letter or a gathering letter, like the term. So typically, when you start a project, you give different directors or different people a mandate letter to tell them exactly what they need to do. It's totally normal when you start a project. We spent 2 hours 2 hours saying no, mandate letters aren't necessarily the appropriate term. We should actually call them gathering letters. That's what academics are doing right now. We're actually trying to click boxes, making sure that everyone's happy, that we actually make sure that we honor all values, we don't offend anybody, and that's really counterproductive. And that's
Yeah,
all paid
and
by taxpayers' money.
yeah, and academics will rob itself of the intellectual rigor that is supposed to go into the work when you want to check all of those boxes. You will end up doing nothing. Yeah,
Exactly.
that's what you sacrifice. I guess in that case, maybe we need Doge in academia.
Well, I mean, I don't think Doge is very Canadian, to be honest. Though, just do we need to actually look at the waste in academia? Absolutely. Right now, most universities are in a deficit. In Ontario, there's only two universities that aren't in a deficit situation. That's U of T and McMaster. That's it. Everyone else, Waterloo has a deficit of $75 million this year. York University has a deficit of over $100 million. But let me tell you, based on how these institutions are run now, and I used to be dean myself, I saw the waste. I mean, we basically have spent a lot of money on useless things that don't necessarily generate growth or create programs that the market needs. It's all about what we think society needs because we know best. Because right now, a lot of academics see themselves above society. We know, what you need, and let us do the work. But that doesn't pay bills. And I don't think it actually helps society because at the end of the day, people get up in the morning, they go to work, and they contribute to the economy the best they can. But at the end of the day, it's about survival. And look at what's going on with tariffs right now. Many Canadians, 40% of Canadians are concerned about their job, losing their job because of what's going on with America. So they're not thinking about a new program in environmental anthropology or a new program in, I don't know, feminism, or we have a new course on Taylor Swift.
Is that right?
Yeah, this is what's going on because they think that Taylor Swift phenomenon is important to academics and to students. It is not. It is not.
Is that for real though?
It is absolutely for real. Yes. So there's been courses about Star Trek. There's been courses about Hunger Games. It's all the academics think they're above society, and they think this is important to study. We should study it, and we should actually have students pay tuition to actually take these courses. It's unbelievable. University of Guelph has a course now on Taylor Swift.
Damn it. Wow.
Like I told you, I was administrator for 10 years. I had academics in my office asking me to do all sorts of things. And when I went to council with all faculties, people vote for this stuff. People say, yeah, it's important. Absolutely. They don't, because most academics aren't linked to society. They are absolutely disconnected from society. And most of them, I hate to say this, I'd be very honest with you, because you opened the door, my friend. You're the one that asked me what I thought. Most people in academia wouldn't get a job in real life like you. I don't think they would be able to.
Revaluate is a project I embarked upon to spark meaningful conversations that can inspire critical thinking as we navigate the adventures of life. The analytics on this channel show about 95% of the viewers on the channel haven't subscribed yet. So you do me a favor by clicking the subscribe button right now. Then I'll keep my promise to continually improve on the quality of the conversations that are produced on this channel every time.